Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. The world is mourning the loss of the music legend Prince.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Oh no, let's go! You don't lie.
That's Prince performing Let's Go Crazy at the 2007 Super Bowl. He died at his home in Minnesota Thursday at the age of 57. He became a global music phenomenon in the 1980s with albums such as 1999, Purple Rain, and Sign of the Times. His inventive music spanned funk, rock, and jazz, while his gender-bending performances shattered expectations of gender and sexuality. President Obama released a statement saying, quote, "Today the world lost a creative icon. Few artists have influenced the sound and trajectory of popular music more distinctly or touched quite so many people with their talent," Obama wrote. Across the country, fans and fellow artists celebrated Prince's legacy, including Stevie Wonder, who spoke with CNN's Anderson Cooper.
He just passionately loved music. It's like when musicians can jam, there's nothing like it in the whole world.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Is there any song you want to sing a little of or play a little of? Or, again, I don't want to put you on the spot if you're not up for it.
Yeah, I think I would probably break down
Okay.
if I do a song right now. But, you know, he was incredible, and I'm just glad that I was able to say to him, "I love you," the last time I saw him.
Today is Earth Day, and climate is on the world's agenda as more than 60 heads of state are slated to meet at the United Nations headquarters in New York to sign the Paris Climate Agreement aimed at slowing climate change. This comes as the Earth has experienced 11 straight months of record-shattering temperatures. Experts say the greenhouse gas cuts promised in the Paris climate deal are insufficient to avert dangerous global warming. We'll have more on the Paris Agreement signing with Antonia Juhas later in the broadcast. Meanwhile, scientists say the Great Barrier Reef is more than 90% bleached, a result of warming ocean temperatures due to climate change. Severe reef bleaching kills coral, which is home to a quarter of all marine species. James Cook University professor Terry Hughes, who led the research, tweeted, quote, "I showed the results of aerial surveys of bleaching on the Great Barrier Reef to my students, and then we wept." Mexican oil giant Pemex has raised the death toll from Wednesday's petrochemical plant explosion to 24. Another 136 people have been injured. It's the latest in a series of deadly disasters at Pemex facilities in recent years. Meanwhile, Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto has proposed legalizing marijuana-based medicine and releasing some prisoners serving time on minor drug charges. This comes as a number of Latin American countries push back on the U.S.-led war on drugs during a special session of the UN General Assembly this week. Suicide rates in the U.S. have hit a 30-year high, with particularly high surges in the rates for women and middle-aged people. Researchers said the spikes may be linked to a drug epidemic among white Americans and increasing economic instability. Harvard professor Robert Putnam said, quote, "This is part of the larger emerging pattern of evidence of the links between poverty, hopelessness, and health." In New York City, the Board of Elections chief clerk, Diane Haslett-Rudiano, has been suspended without pay after the election board purged more than 120,000 Brooklyn Democratic voters from the rolls. The New York Attorney General's office received more than 1,000 complaints Election Day. Both his office and the city controller have launched investigations. The head of a Western-backed rescue group in Syria, known as the White Helmets, has been refused entry into the United States, where he was slated to receive a humanitarian award. Ra'et Saleh landed at Washington's Dulles International Airport Monday, only to be told his visa was canceled. He was put on a flight back to Turkey. The State Department's refused to provide details. His group, the Syria Civil Defense, is famous for the thousands of volunteers wearing white helmets who rescue people trapped in rubble after airstrikes. Britain's issued a formal travel warning to LGBT travelers leading to Mississippi and North Carolina following the passage of anti-LGBT laws in the two states. This comes as a handful of other U.S. states are considering similar legislation. FBI Director James Comey suggested the agency paid more than $1 million to hack into the iPhone of suspected San Bernardino shooter Syed Farook after Apple refused to offer the FBI a backdoor into the phone. The legal battle between the FBI and Apple ended when the FBI said it had cracked the iPhone without Apple's help. And family members and friends have launched a 5-day vigilant hunger strike to mark the first anniversary of the death of Samuel Harrell, an African-American man who died April 21, 2015, after as many as 20 corrections officers kicked, punched, and threw him down a flight of stairs while he was incarcerated at the Fishkill Correctional Facility in Beacon, New York. The group of officers who assaulted Harrell are known as the Beat Up Squad. Activists gathered outside the prison Thursday night where Jeff Golden spoke out.
Exactly a year ago here tonight, a gentle 30-year-old man named Sam Harrell, who was doing time on a drug charge, was brutally murdered by as many as 20 corrections officers, all of whom are still on active duty.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.